Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people who managed to play in FDL, we are back with week 6 of FDL Central. Missed the last week, but we are back. But we did have to fire Debbie as he is currently celebrating his birthday in Florida. So, with me is Galloway. How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. It's glad to be here with you. Good to have you back on talking with us again. And you know, Debbie just abandoned us for his birthday. No, everybody give him love in the stream chat. Don't spam him on Discord. Don't spam his deals. Just give some love in the chat for us. But Steph, a nerd who left us to get older. We got another nerd who's still with us. What's up, Mari?
Yo, hey.
Surprise guest.
I'm
How are
excited
you
to be
today?
here. I'm good, chilling, excited to be here.
Absolutely. And, new GM this season. How are all the teams doing, Mari?
They're good. We've just been like chilling and vibing and getting to know each other and building a really good community. And it's honestly been fun getting to know all my players and building my teams. I feel like everyone within our little community has gotten pretty close, and it's just been a good time.
Unicorns are restored to their rightful glory under Mari. I can say that for certain.
In Mari we trust.
In Mari we trust! But it is more than just trust that we're going to have here, because now everyone's got to trust in our hot takes for the Origin League, and as you can see, the result graphic right there. Guys, Origin League is a little bit interesting this week, I gotta say. The Huskies. Just looking at these matches, Unicorns beating the Hydras, that's good results. The Rams beating the Huskies, that's a big result. Colts taking down the Monkeys, Penguins beating the Coyotes, Dragons winning as well against the Lobsters in a close series, Vipers getting the win against the Griffins, Eagles handling the Gators, and the Owls pulling out a close win against the Hammerheads. I know which one stands out to me, but what match stands out to you guys the most?
I'll let our guest take it first.
I don't want to be biased, but my Unicorns did it was a pretty crazy series. The Unicorns versus Hydras, two like very strong teams. Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous watching that because Upbeat and Kimmy make such a strong team, and Upbeat, being an expert last season, just is a threat for sure. So yeah, to see my team come out on top in that, especially with the lineup that they played, they actually brought in the reserve and played HL coach for that match with Great Honda. Crazy win to not have the A player in.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think if there's any rivalry, that's two, brand new franchise owners going at it too. Hydra's making their return, and I think Unicorns were returning as well. So, a good battle in Origin League, an instant classic almost at that. Good win, though. Sorry, Upbeat. We'll get you on one of these weeks, maybe when you guys win, but we'll have to wait another one. Galloway, what about you, man? I know you're looking at that Dragons match, right?
Well, yes, because as another new franchise owner, and we also played our reserve with Naaman, who is an absolute goat. Just they take it to a game 5, and we're a game 5 team in Origin. It seems like, man, it really, really seems that way. But that win secured us an even record, which I'm ecstatic about for Origin. I'm really hoping they just pop it up for them. And it was not an easy fight either, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was against Moosey, who we saw go crazy in the stream last weekend, and with Too Cool as well. So it was not an easy fight. So with them to bring in their reserve with Angel, the captain, just I couldn't be prouder of him. That was another good game 5.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's just the stealth conference, because Hydras, Unicorns, Dragons, Lobsters, they're all in that conference. It is getting closer and closer. The worst teams are 2-4 records, and it is and the Hydra's sitting at 3-3 at -3. I mean, that stealth conference on top constantly, it is an absolute menace to be a part of this conference, no matter what league you are in. So
Mm-hmm.
the playoff race, I was gonna do a little thing about it, like how close, who's making it. I couldn't do one for Origin. No team is confirmed, denied. This is the closest a conference I think has ever been, and we've had like five-wave ties before. So congrats to you guys. Your heart rate is now through the roof. But I do gotta say, the one match that stood out to me was Rams taking down the Huskies. That was the last of the undefeated teams. The Huskies getting beat by the Rams, and a massive win for the Rams, bringing them to an even record as well. An absolute, Huskies, they took down Penguins, who everyone thought was unstoppable. Eagles, I believe they also have yet to play the Huskies. No, Huskies did take down the Eagles. So the Huskies, bringing it to a lot of teams with the Rams. I think this goes to show anyone in Origin this season is beatable. So really looking forward to how that one goes out. But you got the Power 3 teams right there in Origin Courage Conference. Penguins, Eagles, Huskies. 5-1 records. Got to be scary, but I mean...
That's pretty crazy, man.
It's Courage Conference, though, guys. Like, that's the Mickey Mouse Conference, I want to say,
Yeah.
Monkey's being a part of a lot of Courage Conference this season, too, but, I mean... Guys, are we pro stealth or pro courage here? Because I'm kind of like, I'm a diehard stealth conference guy. But Mari, what do you think? What conference do you like more?
I don't know. It's just there's such a disbursement of teams that I honestly don't know, and I think there are like standout players in both like conferences that I'm really rooting for and I'm really really like watching. I don't know. I can't really make a decision on that.
All right, non-biased like that. Galloway, be biased.
Whichever one of my teams in.
All right, that is also very biased. Let us go.
Well, I mean, last season I was part of the Dragons as just a captain in stealth, so stealth has my heart because that's where I really made my debut. Minus me being an emergency reserve in season 7, and stealth has not really disappointed this season either. It's hard not to really love stealth conference.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and if you're courage, you really cannot not look forward to playing them in playoffs.
Oh yeah,
or in all the craziness.
You always get one of these conferences that is always, all around really good, and then one conference that has the top teams. So, kind of following the trend again. That's kind of why we had the draft, the conference draft for these teams. Shake it up a little bit, but well, I guess history is doomed to repeat itself, and we failed to learn from that. So we're gonna be moving on to the Expert League. Yeah, I don't think we need to mention the Owls Hammerheads match because Goob won, and Goob won. Yeah. Expert League, though. Lobsters taking down the Monkeys. The Dragons, another win against the Hydras. Penguins taking down the Owls, and the Huskies taking down the Eagles. Griffins getting their win against the Hammerheads. Vipers, close fight there between the Coyotes. Gators taking down Rams, and the Unicorns with the win. Guys, can we all get a win in one league? Monkeys are really lacking these bottom 2 leagues, and you guys both pulling out wins. I'm not kind of fond of that,
Oh, I mean, just a skill issue, dude. I can't help that.
It might be. Tame and Chris, you guys got to step it up for me. Expert League, the bum league.
Well, hopefully they don't step it up this week because we're playing them.
Oh, yes. Please step it up this week. That one's going to be a good one. But what other match results stand out to you? I think the one that I always love seeing, Vipers versus Coyotes, going to a game 5. That has got those two teams in Expert League have probably the most history against each other, playing each other in grand finals, playoffs constantly, always going the distance. Like, that match is made in heaven, and it is always a good one.
Yeah, and not only that, Coyotes took it to the Vipers. Of course, they lost in the game 5, but they went up against the Vipers A team with a reserve player.
Yeah,
they brought in Truller and Unsung, which I think that's that would have been an A or a B team use right there. So, but with the reserve player, that's not bad showing with going to a game 5 with them, especially with Gold Scope who won the 1v1's Titan last season, and Sack and Nuts who's always performed well. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Mari. Which one stands out to you the most?
I honestly have two that like stand out to me. The Dragons versus Hydras with the player switch right before that match is crazy. That is an insane match.
Is that
The
shenanigans I
Redwater
hear?
the
All above
Redwater
board
versus
coach.
Hunter is insane. The result of that, it was so close, which is crazy. Hydras are definitely regaining right now, which is pretty awesome to see. Dragons also doing well with a great lineup. Redwaters, in addition to that team, is phenomenal. Just the game 5 on that is just insane. And the second one, I'd say that was pretty. It was pretty interesting from the Expert League. Is that Lobsters Monkeys? I thought it was going to be closer than it was. Whenever I see that Monkeys team, I just like get scared. I see like Tamberlin name, and I'm like, oh no, I'm scared. He dropped like 1,000 points on us, I think, in 2 games when they swept us, and I was shook. I was like, okay, I'm getting yelled on right now. This is insane. What's happening? Tamberlin's crazy.
Yeah, and Tame wasn't in that series. Tame, the only 2 losses Monkey has, Tame hasn't played. I ain't gonna toot his horn because he'll never let me go. But he is on a different level this season, and right next to that too, Redwater is always performing out of their mind. They were both teammates last season, and dare I say, Galloway, that we see them play each other this coming week.
We might have figured that out tonight at 10, but somebody, Chris, had to have a bum team.
Oh, yeah. I think it's Tame's birthday too or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
What the heck are we doing being born in June, guys? Come on.
The worst month.
Pick a
ever.
better month like February. Less
But
people
now-
are born in February. They're cooler. I'm not one of them, but
Well, there's also less days in February every year, so it might be why it's less.
that's fair.
Big facts. Look at that. Me coming out with random facts. I do want to mention that unicorns and cults a little bit. Not just because we have Mari here,
Oh no. Oh no.
but the Colts taking it to a game 5, and they've been struggling this season.
That was a match of all time.
That was one of the matches.
Matches of all time. We actually just made a roster change like right before that.
Mm-hmm.
And we played Flash and I. And oh man, that was definitely a match of all time. It was pretty close. Poseidon played out of his mind. Definitely gonna give him props for that. The game 1 was kind of, I believe that we Braziled them in game 1, and then game 2, Poseidon came back and just like turned into a mechanical demon. That was crazy.
Yeah, because you just elevated yourself from reserve to starter, and of course, not Flash. It was just picked up onto the team and added to it, so it was like a whole new team that nobody really knows how to play against from the Unicorns. And Poseidon with little rigor did very well and took it to a game 5. I see you, Chris.
Good save.
Gotcha. And it was a very good series. I hate it for this Colts team because I like them, especially my man Little. And of course, last season we bonded. I'm glad your team didn't lose, Mari. Always happy that Fran's team didn't lose, but our Fran's team still lost. So I felt bad. I still feel bad for them. They're not a bad team. They're just getting very unlucky this season. It seems like.
Yes, yeah, I would agree with you.
But from a new team from the Unicorns, they put their heart out, and y'all just show that the Unicorns still got it.
Oh yeah, and again, how great of a stealth conference to be very close in the playoff race. Colts, they're kind of out of it. It kind of hurts to see, unless like the Huskies, Eagles, Unicorns, and Hydras have the worst second half of a season I've ever seen. Colts, that -14 win differential, you could kiss your playoff hopes goodbye, but they did just double their game wins off of that series alone, so there is some improvement to be said.
And they could also still shatter other people's dreams too.
That is true. They could play upset, and that is the most fun about being eliminated. coming from Copium right here. Anyways, Huskies Eagles, that's always a good one. Always going to go to Game 5. Penguins, they're still controlling the win. You know, they're going up in momentum. You can't really stop them. Flushy with the Penguins is doing, I don't know. He's put them on some kind of training regimen, drugs, whatever it may be, performance enhancing. But
It's that Space Jam water.
it.
There's a dated reference for y'all.
Oh my gosh, I am old. Let's go over to Star League before I lose my childhood more. Star League! Oh, the League of Stars. Dragons taking another win against the Coyotes. Lobsters taking down the Unicorns, unfortunately. The Owls sweeping the Colts. Hammerheads winning 3-1 against the Vipers. Griffins taking down the Huskies in a close one. The Monkeys taking down the Hydras. Eagles taking down the Gators. And the Rams taking down the Penguins. I can say I got to win this time around, but I, unfortunately, at Mari's expense, I apologize. But,
Wait,
you know.
Mari's expense?
Yeah, well, I mean, Unicorns, you know.
The Monkeys played the Hydra, sir.
Well, no, because Mari lost, you know, Unicorns lost this week, Monkeys won this week, you know.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, I had to get a win, she had to get a loss, you know, didn't play, but, you know, it's just like that. But, anyways, Star League. It's an interesting one this season. It's very tame. Like, there's good teams, there's not really bad teams. I just think everyone's really close. It's who's pulling out the wins when they matter the most. And I think you kind of see that here. I mean, Dragons are definitely pulling it around. They're doing pretty good. You know, they started off slow, right, Galloway? And they're kind of picking it up.
Started off extremely slow. I mean, they won the first match and lost 3 straight.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's never a easy bleeding to stop, especially as you start getting to the midway of the season, where every win starts to really matter if you're not already winning. But they're pulling it back, I feel like. And of course, they play you this week, the Monkeys. So we'll see how that goes.
The schedule was written by me, but it was not intentional. Mari and the Unicorns here. I mean, I think you got thrown into one of the better star conferences that I have seen in the past seasons of FDL, which unfortunately is rough, but, you know, you guys are doing fairly well for, you know, getting back into it, finding the players. So, what is your thoughts on the Unicorn Star team?
So this whole thing was kind of interesting. I made a little handshake promise with Finer. I said if I get a star team, you can captain it. And he was like, okay, sounds good. And we kind of pulled everyone in from there. Ray was kind of like a random pickup, and then he ended up winning the 1v1 Titans, which was cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then Timmy B, he plays for an outside org that I've been in before, so he got pulled in. And then Ricky also plays for an outside org that I'm in, so he kind of got pulled into our little mix. I feel like we lack chemistry in some of our lineups, and that's kind of the downfall. Ray is such a strong player, but he's so 1v1 based that for some of the other players, he's hard to play with. They've definitely been like working on it and playing together a little bit and trying to build chemistry, and everyone on that team is like super good spirited and good hearted, and it's always like a fun time with banter, like being in their chat even is like crazy. It's definitely a time. It's like watching like 2 Gen Z and 2 millennials argue back and forth.
We need a comms video ASAP. If it's anything like what I played 4-mans with Finer the one time, it is absolutely wild. But I do love Finer. I think that was one of the best pickups coming into Star League this season. So the record, I don't think, does the justice of how good the players are on the team. But I think that just goes to the level Star League is improving too. Dragons going real close against those Coyotes, though. Coyotes, they're not having a great season. You could say that, but, you know, no one's been banned yet, so I guess there is always a silver lining, right?
Wasn't it around week 7 last season or so?
It might have been.
I can't remember.
Real close. We need a little graph, guys. We need a little like exponential graph. It's like player bans on the Coyotes, and then it just ticks up week 7, and it goes right back down. Stats team get
Hopefully
on
they
that.
could. Hopefully they can break that this season. But yeah, that was a very close game 5. I mean, it really, really, truly was. But my boys were able to bring it home, and I was happy. I can't remember what I was doing. I'm a bad GM at the time, but they emailed me saying, "Hey, Dad, we did it. We won."
Always good.
And indeed, another one I was going to bring to us though was that why am I blanking on who it was? And I got to look back at the graph. Oh, the Owls. I wanted to go to that because they were able to get themselves further ahead.
Oh yeah.
Getting that win. I think it was what, a sweep against the
Yep. Against the Colts.
the Colts. Yeah.
And
Which
Colts
I
got some
think they've been-
diversity or depth to them, man.
yeah.
True.
That's the one team that beat the Eagles, and everyone here knows who the Eagles are. I hope. I did just assume that, but Eagles looking really good. So Colts,
Oh, you mean the own goal franchise? Now I know you're talking about.
the own goal franchise is also accurate. That is one of them, but that is and that result, yeah, pushes them up, just like the Griffins Huskies. Both those teams were sitting at 3-2, and one of them now pushes themselves further into a playoff position. If you get at this point, you're kind of looking at, if a team has 5 losses, and I will call out the Colts or the Coyotes and Hydras, sitting at 5 losses, if Penguins, Huskies, Rams get 5 wins on the board, if Coyotes lose one more, that's a lot of eliminations. They're playing for one last spot. So there is a lot on the line for that Huskies team getting that win against the Griffins, being so contested for those playoff spots. Huskies have now just pushed themselves ahead. And likewise with the Owls too, they get that win against the Colts and they push themselves to the 4-2 record. They're now kind of out of that the 4th seed that people are fighting for. So
Yeah.
these are where the big wins are happening. Weeks 6, 7, 8. That is where elimination kind of creeps into people's minds, and what a time to get a win for Griffins and Owls respectively.
Indeed, this is where it's really, really starting to shape up. Where me as a fan of FDL and Rocket League, this is where I got my bags of popcorn stacked up, man. I've already prepared for the apocalypse with bags and bags of popcorn ready to go, ready to watch these matches.
Oh yeah, and you'll probably get some more matches later on tonight. Haha, wink wink, hint hint. We stream matches too, not just bad takes. But Elite League this past week, Monkeys taking it over the Gators, Rams going against the Dragons, getting that sweep, Griffins going on to take the Vipers in a close series, and the Owls taking the win against the Penguins in a close one too. Very close series over there on the right side of the graphic. Monkeys taking down the number 1 seed, and then the Rams absolutely coming to life on a sweep there. Sorry, Galloway, but
it happens.
Dude, wait, did J-Dubs play? Can I get confirmation? Because if J-Dubs played, you stood no chance, man.
Yeah, he played.
He peaks.
Him and
dude.
Ant played. Yeah.
He peaks out of his mind.
Yeah. Like that said, though, it was a very close series
Oh,
from
yeah.
what I was. I mean, it was each game. Literally, each game was a 4-3 game, and that was with, if I'm not mistaken, that was with our reserve in as well. Moto our
like
third
Jaeger.
Sal with Jaeger, our reserve. So I mean, that was one heck of a series, man.
Yeah,
The
3-0
bottom foul
doesn't
with
do
reserve.
the Dragons justice there. I've
Not
never.
at all.
That is almost like one of the perfect series. One goal,
Mhm.
all 4-3 score lines in a sweep. I don't think you could find another match in FDL that actually has that stat line. That is crazy absurd.
It was absolutely insane. Well, as soon as they told me about it, I was crying on the inside, but I was so proud of my guys.
What about you, Mari? Which one of these matches really catches your eye?
That Vipers and Griffins one is like so close. I know the Griffins have a very strong team. They have a very strong record, and so to see the Vipers like contest that is pretty cool. I don't know much about Elite League. I don't have a team in Elite League, so I have not been keeping a close eye on it. However, I do look at individual players, and I know kind of like scan their teams and look at their rosters. Um, it does stand out to me that your team, Chris, has seems to have a very strong roster. Um,
Well,
but but looking at your record, it's a bit off to me. It seems like you guys would have a little bit of a better record here.
Shots fired.
you must be new to the Elite League, Mari. Let me introduce you to myself. I am Chris with a K. I end with
Growth
a
with a
very
K.
even season every single time. We do not peak here. We just play, and we don't have fun until Light just told me to stop trying, and we stopped trying, and we got wins, and that's all that matters. So, yeah, Elite League. I mean, it keeps getting closer. This is few seasons ago was probably my most favorite season of Elite League, and that's when I missed playoffs because it was actually getting really, really close and contested. And that's kind of what this is doing again. I mean, every single team has 64 goals or more scored. Everyone
That's crazy.
has at least 2 wins. There is no one eliminated from playoffs yet. The Gators were the only team that was really running away from it. And, Monkeys, they're bottom of the power rankings. We got those, but the graphic isn't made quite yet. But, the Monkeys, the last team taking on the best team and winning just kind of shows how close this Elite League is. And there was a roster change made with the Monkeys. Polar coming on and winning. Absolutely huge debut match for him.
Mm-hmm.
But this Elite League is far from over. And all those Courage Conference teams sitting at a 3-3 record, that win that the Griffins got from the Vipers is massive. Vipers, I could honestly see winning Elite League this season. Blouse and the other player that is escaping my mind, Jasnon. No, not Juicer, Jasnon. They're undefeated. That lineup is undefeated right now. Juicer, unfortunately, is not having a great season himself, but I also wasn't myself. So, Juicer, we're in the same boat there. But that's okay. Like, this season is really close. Any one of these teams can take this championship. I like the Vipers in contention for it. I think they've got the best one. But still, I mean, I don't know how often Prosperity and JDS have played Galloway. But I know, Prosperity at his peak won a championship against me, which is Mickey. But, hey, he did it.
Well, JDS and P2K has only played week 1. That's it. They have not played yet since.
Oh, they saved it special for me?
Yes, right.
Let's go.
Well, I think they were supposed to play week 5, but then Jaeger had to sub in for him because something happened. But they've only played it once, so I'm hoping that they can just bring it and clear it out, clear house. But we'll see. I do want to get away before we get away from this. That Monkeys and Gators matchup. You just really wanted to show one player up on that team, didn't you?
Oh yeah, Mark, I'm better, buddy. That's what's up. I mean, that whole, because even Polar, like him, Sifri, and Mark go play over in United Rogue on a team too. So that match was just
Oh, nice.
That was fun all around, mostly for me.
Nice.
But
especially for the winners, right?
Yeah. That was a good time. But that's actually our first match against each other, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm more surprised that our internet held up, but hey.
I was going to say that too.
That was the biggest shock of that whole match, not the result. The ping. It was awesome. But yeah, this playoff race in Elite League is getting closer. Too bad everyone hates Elite League, but we've got Master League to make up for it. The Owls taking the loss against the Griffins in a close one. This Monkeys team taking down the Rams. Your boy subbed up and won 2 matches in a week. Get me a medal. Eagles beating the Unicorns and the Huskies beating the Penguins. Now, I need to start this off with
Oh no! Don't see now.
You knew what was happening. You knew what was happening. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna disrespect the team because I like the team. They are really good. I just think that they're playing teams when they're on it. Like, this is the Master League
Yeah.
is like that. It's not, they're not bad players. Any of these players can win on any given day. It
Correct.
is
Yes.
just repetition. I think they're really just kind of running into teams on good days, especially that I think it was week 1 against the Monkeys. Like, it went to 5. I mean, Monkeys have went 5 against everyone. You know, it's just that close of a competition at this very top level. But Unicorns, they're sitting on that 0-6 record, which it's not pretty. I won't sugarcoat it, but there is chances to come back in the season. They do have to win out.
There are definitely opportunities.
This is a season that can happen, but
This-
on the bright
Yes,
side, you might just
yeah.
confirm the other 3 teams in the conference, which makes my life easier, which I thank you for that. But
Yeah, you know, it's been a little rough. It's okay though. Again, they're all like they all play with each other like an outside league on a team. So they came to me. They were like, "Hey, do you have room for 3 people?" And I was like, "Yes." And they dragged their reserve up from Elite League. I think he was a 17-7. And they dragged him up to be the reserve. He's been playing a lot of games actually. I think he's played majority of the games with Insanity. So that's been interesting to see, but I don't know. I mean, like even when they like lose, they seem to be in like decent spirits with each other, and they're just like chilling. They provide good vibes to our team. They get bullied by the Origin team every once in a while.
Please, I need context here. They get bullied as in just text, or they're getting beat by the Origin team.
No, they're just getting verbally harassed. That's all.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, that's
Mario,
not good. Wait. But
You
get
should
what
just
I'm
said
saying.
yes. You should just said yes, Mario. Make them wonder.
The only people that's getting beat by the Origin team apparently is Finer. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Is Finer trying to take him on 1v2 each week?
No, there's a role in our Discord server that's better than Finer. Because I think it was actually Kitty Meow Meow that 1v1 Finer.
Oh no.
uh,
Losing to Kitty Meow Meow.
He's kind of cracked. I don't know.
Let's stop the kitty hype train now. All right. Nah, he's a good player. What am I saying? But this Griffins team, man, everyone says Griffins are so good. They've went to 5 so many times now. I don't know if they are living up to the hype that they are, I guess, expected to have, but it's a very beatable team. Like, sure, they've played every combination of the roster, and all of them have been to Game 5. Like, these teams in Master League are going to take down the so-called champions already, with the 3 highest salaries in the league, I think. But, I mean, I just can't be convinced by this Griffins team to, say that they're going to win. Like, am I wrong, Galloway, or am I just spitting nonsense?
well, you are Chris for the K, so it's hard to tell. But I think you may have yourself a point, sir. I mean, I know week 1 was a sweep. Week 2 was a game 4. Week 3, I think, was a sweep as well. They went to game 5 against an Owls team, which is doing well for themselves. They're 4-2. I mean, I hesitate to say that they're completely, well, of course they're beatable. I don't want to say they're out of the range of anybody, but they're not doing bad for themselves. I mean, they got a winning record and have not been forced to game 5 much. I think against your Monkeys team, and then of course this last week's been the only 2 game 5s. Every other one they've swept. And I think there's been a 1 game 4 victory as well. I think week 2. I might be wrong. But, I mean, they've handled themselves well. Whether or not they were close to series is a different story.
Yeah.
because some of them were. But they usually do not let it get to a game 5. When they do, they have to kind of pull it out.
Yeah.
So it kind of seems like they're a stronger early game. If you stretch it out, that's where you have your best chance against them. But they're doing good for themselves, though. I mean, they're 5-1. So what's
Yeah.
that? I think it's the best record for Investor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the next one is 4-2 with the Eagles
4-2
and
the
the
Eagles and
Owls.
Owls. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, and then the next ones are 3-3. Like everyone is 2 wins
Three,
away
three,
from
three,
each
three,
other.
and 3-3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going into week 7 right now, it really doesn't feel like week 7 records with how close universally everyone is, but it's kind of getting crazy for the playoff race. But only 6 teams are making it, 3 from each conference there. So Huskies getting a big win, the Monkeys especially getting a big win with the pull up. Rams, that kind of hurts them given that race that's happening. The other conference, the Monkeys, Penguins, Owls looking like the hot contenders to make it in, but it is that Rams loss. It hurts. It is not going to feel pretty, especially when you have to now go into the rest of the season. 8, 9, 10. You're replaying Huskies, Eagles, Griffins. So if you gotta find some wins there, because that is where if you lose on any of those, that's game over. But
which the Rams did beat the Huskies in a sweep week 2. Now it was a 3-1, 2-1, 4-3 sweep, but it still did beat the Huskies.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance.
Well,
and
that
to be
a good
fair,
thing to do to lose out, maybe.
And to be fair, against the Griffins, it was a 3-2, 4-3, 3-2 loss. So I mean that was a very close sweep. So I mean the Rams are still in this, man. There's still a chance.
There's always a chance as long as there is time on the clock. Not, there's no time in the grand scheme of things, but hey, that's what it is. We do have some power rankings that I will drop in the chat periodically to talk about them. Let's start with Origin right now. Sitting at number 1, Huskies, Penguins, Eagles. Those are all the 5-1 teams. Then you got Lobsters, Unicorns, Hydras, Colts, Vipers. Do any of these, not stand out, but make sense for the most part? I mean, there's a big 3-3 race happening in stealth, so I feel like it could be interchangeable. But what do you guys think?
I'll let our esteemed guest Mari take first swing at it.
I don't know. I'm looking at the teams. I'm looking at the stuff that's going on. I guess it does make sense. Penguins in that second spot, and the Huskies in the first spot, definitely makes sense. The Hammerheads not being on there just surprises me. Like with their lineup that they have and the roster that they have, kind of just the season that they've had surprises me.
Yeah.
They have 2 very strong players in that team that I've personally played with and been like, yeah, these people are good. And for them to have the record they have right now surprises me. The Hydras also being so low on that list surprises me as well, with Upbeat and Kimmy being on that team. But the top 5 seems pretty accurate as to what's there. Unicorns, we've definitely been picking it up. Great Honda, definitely going crazy as of right now. Off to a little bit of a rough start for us, but we picked it up. Penguins are just unstoppable. That's just crazy. It's just crazy.
I don't know, man. We got Hoodie King taking them down, and listen, I ain't the biggest Hoodie King fan, but after I saw that result, I DM'd him, and I'm like, man, that's a good win, dude. You deserve that.
Definitely deserved win.
Especially when everyone's calling Penguins unstoppable. Like,
yeah.
Imagine just, and it was a reverse sweep too.
Yep.
Oh my God, Hoodie King, like that. It's his season, dude. It's his season. He just won FDL.
Yeah,
He's going for FDL. Don't clip that. But
too late.
Is it fair to say Huskies, Eagles, Penguins above all of the other teams in Stealth Conference as well. Because when it comes to seeding, it's definitely not going to be seeded. Those are top 3. You know, you're going to get one of those
Right.
at 1, and then the second seed is going to follow Stealth Conference number 1. So, Unicorns, I mean, in the standings currently, Vipers would be the number 1 seed, then or the number 2 seed, and then Unicorns would be, well, 1 seed in Stealth, and then 2 seed would be Unicorns. So,
Right.
Vipers sitting lower than Unicorns is also, I don't want to say, you know, it's interesting given how close it is, but, you know, interchangeable as all these teams can be with how close it is, so.
Yes, and then we do have the Vipers Unicorns match this week.
Oh, that is going to settle something that I am ready for.
Yep. I was about to mention that too, Mark. That's looking forward to that result.
I think that's tonight, actually. That should be an interesting match. I'm definitely excited, a little nervous. A little nervous. But,
Rightfully
it'll
so,
be
though.
okay.
I mean, that's possibly just right there a number 1 seeds match that is about to happen. So, and also you get away from that middle pack. You know, sitting at a 5-2 record instead of a 4-3 record. That's big.
Yes.
That is big, especially if I don't know all the matches happening this week, but if, you know, there's going to be 2 other teams sitting at 4-3, possibly 3 other teams, like, you want to get out of that pack. So there is a lot on the line there.
Absolutely. 2 huge matches this week for Origin and Expert all today. My stress levels are fine, guys. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm doing fine.
We need a heart rate monitor on streams for GMs. I think that would be great.
Well, here, Mara, let me assuage you a little bit. I just checked the schedule, and Vipers Unicorns Origin is tomorrow at 9.
Okay, so that's good.
You're able to take a little bit of
Just a little bit of prolonged anxiety till tomorrow. It's okay.
Yeah, just more anxiety now.
Alrighty, let's go over to the Expert League, and I should probably delete these numbers because people might get confused. Penguins sitting at 1. Dragons number 2, Griffins up there, Lobsters 4. I feel like this list is pretty fair. I feel like it is one conference heavy again though.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at it, it is, what is that conference? Yeah, Stealth Conference heavy.
Stealth.
Obviously, I mean Stealth on top, guys. Like, where have you been? But
Wait, was that a question? I didn't realize.
No, no, that's a statement. That is a statement. Stealth Conference on top, but you kind of get a mix in there: Penguins, Griffins, and then Dragons, Lobsters in their respective 1-2 positions. But especially when that's half the teams in Expert League, and a lot more areas to be, a lot more holes to be covered in this last half of the season. So.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling this? Confidence rating out of 100%. 100 being this is the best list ever. What are we thinking? Galloway, start us off.
Well, I would probably have to go. It's definitely up there. We have teams that you would think would be higher than what they are, not being there. But yet they're still showing up on the power rankings that you can see, like the Eagles, for example, was a team that you would think, with JB and Unseen, you would think that'd be a team that would be doing better than 3-3 right now. And you still see people putting them at 6. There's still people that have plenty of hope in them making that late season push. But then again, in Expert, there's 5 teams that are 3-3. I mean, it's really hard to start dishing out who you think is going to be better than the other when over the halfway marker and they're still all sitting level. Waiting for one of these teams to break out with Monkeys or Monkeys. I can see at 5, maybe even 4. I think 5 is fair for them because I think that's a solid Lobsters team, and they're currently sitting 4th power ranking, and they're 2nd in the Stealth Conference behind Dragons, which I'm happy about, obviously.
I would like to bring to attention something that I have just realized. These are week 5. Southpaw sent me the wrong one.
Somebody's getting fired.
Oh, jeez. I don't think it can be me. So, congratulations, Galloway. You have been terminated. Yay!
Oh my god, less stress, and I'm not even getting paid. Oh, this is wonderful.
Normally, people don't get excited about not getting paid for stuff, but hey, I like your enthusiasm.
Hey, what can I say? I'm an upbeat guy. I was just having the 14 behind my name.
You're not upbeat. That's impersonation. You can't do that. That's illegal around here.
Well, no, I'm being sued. Well, now I gotta go, guys. I call my lawyer.
Wow, what a fall from grace. That was real quick.
Just make it the hole deeper. Let's go.
All right. Well, we don't actually have any power rankings unless we missed week 5, which we did. But hey, that's fine. Looking at let's see matches for today. You know, let's talk about some of the matches we got.
Well, first, Chris, I just looked in the chat. The first thing I see is unseen. Galloway,
Yeah.
tell you now that you're fired. Mayhem, now that you're fired, can you play ranked?
The hottest free agent in FDL right now. Open the spreadsheet. I don't know where the spreadsheet is. So, what matches we got going on tonight? What do we do? 8, 9, 10 streams?
Yes, right now for the 8 o'clock, we got Star League, Griffin's home team versus the Penguins, and then at 9 we got Elite with my Dragons against the Gators, and 10 is likely going to happen, but we had a cancellation about an hour ago, so we had to see if we will get it at 10 o'clock.
Was that the Star League match that's supposed to happen? Who was set for that match?
10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Your Monkeys versus my Dragons.
Okay. We didn't need to specify the your monkeys, all right? I didn't do anything there. But
Hey, I didn't say that at least I didn't say that your Monkeys are the ones who canceled this. Oh, wait, I just did.
hey, maybe we could throw the Star League Unicorn Skaters up there, you know?
I think it
That's
is
what-
going
that's
to
what
end
I'm
up
working
being
on.
that, actually. I did see in the chat, Finer asking Timmy B if he was camera shy. So,
That's because I asked Finer to get me some answers. Tell him to step it up.
so I think that may be occurring on stream.
Awesome. Well, that'd be fun because I want to see this Unicorns team. I want to see Timmy B be successful on stream because I think every time he's showing up, I don't think it's gone well in his favor. Although I absolutely love the guy. He's a fun guy.
Yeah, I love Timmy B. He's cool.
And that is a fire name as well. Probably one of the
Yeah,
better
really.
names to come
Timmy
through
B wears
FPL.
jorts.
Yeah, listen. Love a good pair of jorts, man. All right?
We got Timmy B and Ricky G in the same team. First name, last name, letter. Crazy combination that we have here.
Honestly.
We got Timmy. What'd you say? Timmy, Ricky? All right, Finer. You got to get with the trend, buddy.
And Ray? Yeah.
Uh,
First name.
Yeah, we got two. We got yeah. Put
First
some letters
names.
after that.
Yeah, it's close enough. Anyways, let's get some little predictions going for the stream tonight. Star League, Penguins, Griffins. Who do you guys got? None of us can be biased in this
Penguins.
one, so I'm curious.
Very true. Well, we could be biased. You just know we have no one.
This is fair.
Yeah. Let's see. Starly with Penguins and Griffins. That's a good question. I was trying to figure that out earlier, and I was leaning a way, but then I started leaning the other way, and I'm just not sure right now. I want to say that I would give it to the Griffins, but it's kind of hard to go against this Penguins team. But I do think the Griffins will pull that out.
Mari, what are you thinking?
I'm just looking at the players on both teams. Not really sure, but it seems like the Penguins team is kind of strong. Gonna give it to them.
Tiebreaker, Chris.
I don't know any players on any of these rosters, and I'm not sure of their records right now, and I'm just looking at the match. But I know Burning Energy is on the Griffins, so naturally, I'm going to go with the Penguins.
How do I know that's the route you're going to take?
Listen, man, I like what Flushy's doing this season. He's doing a really good job as a GM, so I want to
Very
keep the
fair.
Penguin hype train going.
Very fair.
Yeah.
That's a very fair.
Plus, I like the Penguins logo more than the Griffins. That's just. How can you be upset at that little dude just standing there, man? He's just standing there smiling, having a good time. But Elite League Dragons Gators. Galloway, you're gonna go last because you are biased. Mari, why
Whoa,
don't you
whoa!
start?
The accusations are true, but hold on. Now go ahead.
Dragons, Gators. Taking a look at it. And the teams. Honestly, gonna go with Dragons on this one. Don't have much of a reasoning. Just because I can.
My
You know what,
heart
Mari? I
says
respect that.
dragons too, but my mind says gators, sadly. I would really like it for Gators to win, though, so I'm going to have to pick them because it makes my playoff hopes more alive. So, Galloway, who do you got?
My mind wants to say the Gators because I love this Gators team, but my heart and everything else is going to say Dragons because I love them more.
For legal reasons,
And
you have to.
for ego, well, yeah. I like to say I don't have much ego, but you're not wrong.
He's only saying
when it
that
comes-
because he's getting pulled up to play in it. Da, da, da.
You weren't supposed to tell them the script, Chris.
I write the script, man.
Ah, good point.
And then if we do
no wonder you lose every time.
if we do see Star League Unicorns Gators on stream tonight, I am gonna pick the Unicorns to win that one. Sorry, Robot Man, but I think Unicorns winning makes Star League more interesting and makes the playoff race a lot more fun. And I like a fun Star League because someone always ends up getting banned. Now, Galloway, go next because Mari is biased.
Well, for underdog reasons alone, I want to go for the Unicorns right off the bat, but well, I think we already got an insight on who's playing thanks to Mari. But I really want this Unicorns team to win. I think my mind wants to go with the Gators, but I think the night it's the night of the underdogs. I'm going to go with the Unicorns.
All right, Mari, who are you picking?
So I don't get fined. I will say, I don't know. I have faith in my guys. Like, Timmy B wears jorts is just gonna bring it home. That's how I feel in my heart. That's just how it's gonna go. I don't know.
I cannot vote against the jorts until they lose, and that is what I am sticking to. Oh man, it is going to be a very fun week and a very big week as well, for all the teams in this going forward. So that is going to do it for the end of the Central today. Let's get some closing remarks. Galloway, start it.
Oh my God, it's me. That's his first day. It's been nice. I don't get fired, but it's been nice being here with y'all each week, and except for last week. Now, I really think this is going to be this weekend here, and what results we'll get out of it will really, truly. Well, obviously, it's going to start eliminating who can make what, and start giving you some more leeway into figuring out what's going to happen. I can easily see this still being a headache next week, but I think we will have a lot better of an idea on what to expect for the following weeks out of the results we get this weekend.
Oh yeah, Mari,
And I'm looking forward to it.
what do you got?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good weekend. We'll see where everything goes. With my unicorns tonight is gonna be a little nerve-wracking with our expert game happening. It's us versus Huskies tonight. We're both 3-3. We'll see what happens tomorrow with my origin team. Is gonna be also a little cray-cray. It'll be exciting to kind of track the stream. I always have it up on the second monitor, seeing what's going on. But it will sure be interesting. Also, wanted to give a shout out to Ant because if I don't, I will get fined.
Well, before you get too far away, Mari, I also saw that Hunter told, or not Hunter, but one of your other players said a shout out to, but I've already forgot who it were. I forgot which one it was.
Wow.
Well, once they found out I was doing it, our team chats are like blowing up. They were like, "Mari, say hello to me on stream." I was like, "Guys, please."
And here I am just slapping my players away like, no, go away, Nats. You don't get screen time.
That's why my players always beg me for rations, but I'm like, guys, you got to get a positive record. I haven't eaten in like 6 weeks. So... But, I mean, it is going to be a good, fun end of this season, and obligations to sign up for FTL. It is starting at after Worlds for Rocket League in September. It's going to be fun. Now that Goob is going to send me a PR strike for promoting FTL, that is all we've got for today. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we will catch you next week and at the stream later on happening at 8. So, we look forward to seeing you there. Have a great rest of your night.